Hello traders, it's Melissa with Price Plan Profit, and in today's video I want to go over the trades that I took today. Honestly, this week for me has been pretty light as far as trades go. I have been focusing just on day trading SPX. The reason why is because none of my trades have triggered that I was focusing on outside of SPX. So it's been kind of, I don't want to call it boring because I've made money all week trading SPX, but I haven't had a big variety of trades on so far the first 3 days of this week. The cyan box that you see on my screen, that is the pre-market zone. I manually drew this on SPX because SPX doesn't trade pre-market. I manually drew it using the automated ESPMZ. So what the philosophy here is if price is below the PMZ, a touch or a retrace back up to the PMZ is a trigger short. That is the first trade I took today on this 9:50 Eastern time candle. I went short and then collected profits very quickly within 10 minutes. It was less than 10 minutes back here at the EMA cloud as it hit my target. I exited that for 20% profit, so not bad, about $150 a contract in less than 10 minutes. Then the next trade out of the PMZ would have been when price got above the PMZ. I missed this trade. I was busy teaching and missed the trade, but that's okay. Many people in the trendy room and SPX room were able to catch this move above the PMZ, and it paid off for big profits. So that was great. The next trade that I actually took, this gray zone, is a bearish golden pocket, the 50 and the 618 fib. I like to trade these zones once I have confirmation. Since this is a bearish zone, my confirmation, I'm looking for lower highs in this zone. I went ahead and put the psychological value of 63.50 as the top here, and that would have been a stop. So once we started making lower highs and I got a trendy turn signal inside of this zone, I went short here. So I bought SPX puts and I was targeting this trendy edge down here at 63.40. So I bought today's expiring 63.40 puts right up here as we made the lower highs and got a trendy turn signal. My first trade from this area was down here to the trendy edge where I exited, and then I immediately put a bid in back up at the top of this resistance zone. And you can see on the next 5-minute candle that trade was actually filled right away. So I took that trade again from this resistance area with the trendy turn signal and exited again back here at this trendy edge. And that was for 54% or about $250 a contract there. Then for the rest of the day, SPX did absolutely nothing but chop in between 63.40 and 63.50. I stayed out of the way, told the room that I wasn't going to mess around in here, but it was good for scalping both to the upside and the downside using those levels throughout the rest of the afternoon. Now, I was able to finally trigger a trade, a new swing trade, and it was on HIMS, HIMS. I've been stalking this demand zone on HIMS for quite some time. You can see we had consolidated in this area, and then we got this nice big imbalance candle, and price had not come back to test this area from July 23rd until today. I got in just a starter position, so I used half allocation here at the $50 level. where I started calls out to September the 19th. The $50 calls. Now, my plan is if we get further weakness before I get to that first trim area, I will add to this position at 47.87, which happens to be a lower monthly trendy edge down here. Then my stop is a candle close below 45.04, and my first target's 55.09, then 58, followed by 61.75. The ultimate target would be $65 to $73. So I was pretty excited to get a new swing trade, but one thing I will say is I am very patient and I have my levels. I know where I want to enter trades. And if price doesn't pull back to those levels, I do not take the trade unless it triggers. So, for instance, I had a trade that I wanted to get in on GLD, and price came very close. This actually did not happen during the regular trading hours, unfortunately, but my zone to trade gold was 309.33 by 308.05, and I waited patiently with an order in here, but it just didn't fill, and I'm not going to chase it up here. I will either get the pullback to my zone or I just won't be in the trade. I think it's more important to be disciplined with my entries than it is to catch every single move. So, that is what I did today. It was a good day in SPX. I like to make, several $100s a day when possible trading SPX, and today proved to be one of those days that I was able to meet my goal. So I hope you have had a great week so far trading, and I will update you on any further trades that I take tomorrow in tomorrow's trade review video. In the meantime, I invite you to join me live tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, where I go over my whole pre-market prep process and analysis. So if you're able, join me at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, August the 7th, and we will talk about what I'm looking for in the market for tomorrow. In the meantime, I look forward to talking to you in the next video. Have a wonderful day.